on this play. Cadian, Util starts to reign over, but this isn't confirmation enough yet. He's hanging around, but he has missed the timing. They're already up short. They're way closer than he realizes.
Need to hear.
Thankfully, he's able to get out of there and even takes one to the grave with him. Hedrick dead in the water.
They faked it.
They faked the plant. They forced the nades out. When you see Heroic backing off like that, it's something you consider. But
Wow.
Yabi coming alive in the nighttime, in with a double, making a third. Might have been under the weather, but it's him taking scalps off that makes this pistol round happen for Heroic.
That's crazy. Alexi knows that pistol clearly. That's crazy. He are ready to go. Hedrick lining up Util to pop them into this bomb site as Tesses falls in. So 4 players strong at B right now for Heroic. They couldn't be better prepared.
Yabi might be blind, but he still wins that fight. Shush is levitating. Yabi winning fights has only sold Shush's position even more, and so he gets away with that kill for free. This force buy accomplishes nothing for NIP. A non-starter of a round for NIP. These ones hurt. Right, you come in with the force, you've got this idea, but everything you attempt ends up falling short. Rez does get out of the round with a handful of kills here. Just 2 off the Mac 10, but enough to force a bit of a reinvestment out of Heroic. They lose one of the M4s.
And confirm that players are here. Yabi's even moving in to give him a helping hand. That door is off. Got to be careful. This is only pistols for NIP. A couple of upgrades and put in the right hands. Alexi finds that entry. Cadian will swoop in. I love that jump as well. Makes it very difficult to find a headshot. You might want to go back, grab that gun, get an upgrade, but it's going to be an easy round for Heroic at the end of the day. 3-0 on the beginning. But I've got to say, you know, with the Abby situation, it does certainly put into context maybe that big game that we saw where Heroic...
But they've pulled one player away. A second man is even kind of towing the line between rotating off.
Config is so far away right now, but they're committing with 20 seconds. He's going to backstab. It relies on their success on these entries, and it hasn't started well.
No, this is the worst case opener for NIP. They really need these kills if Config was ever even going to play into the round. And with just Hedrick left standing in the B site, he's going to take one man out of it, but he is left saving the AWP. Config's backstab does not play into the round.
I don't even hate that call for NIP. It just doesn't, you know, they don't get the first entry kill, and that's like a domino effect on the B site of overpass. You get it. Suddenly way less room, way less cross.
Yeah, NIP have done a good job of kind of obfuscating their intention in this round, right? Not making it super obvious, and they're only going to get spotted right as they're on the verge of the A play. Config getting that opener. Tease them up to start to move in. Cadian, he's had a bit of a rough tournament here. There never was a time for him to try find his footing. It's now as the A site is called into question. Stown holds the line with a double, and this is going to reinvigorate the captain to get involved from the bank side with that AWP. Hedrick takes down out of the round, and Brolin knows he slipped the net. This is a pretty godlike timing for Brolin to work with, but his teammate dies with the bomb, and Cadian's holding the extremities in at the bank. Heroic off to a rip-roaring start here. That money for NIP. Up-tempo in towards B, but it didn't work out for them the last time they tried it.
Yeah, seeing a very fluid CT side run out for Heroic. A lot of rotates, flashing a lot of plays. And yeah, sure, Cadian, he misses his shot, but doesn't pay any price. Overpass gives you that safety to back all the way up and play for a retake round. So nice double out of Stown. NIP can't really find a way in right now. And even that patience pays off for Cadian. He finds 2-2. As Heroic go 5-0 up, and we have that half buy that you talk about. Clarity of players and opponents, knowing who's alive on the scoreboard means where they are. You can definitely use that info for Config. Aggressive move to Yabi. Well, Tess says sorry. He's going to find Brolin. Cadian blinded at the site. They run him down. He surely won't live there. Config's going to drop that orb, but Stown is still in the bomb site, putting on a fight. Takes 2 with him. He won't find that second. Alexi cannot plant. The pressure is too much, and so he needs to hunt these kills.
Yeah, running out of ammo onto the M4, 5 bullets, and they run him down. They've got him boxed into a corner. Tesses was even moving in down long to try and add even.
This gamble, because now, as you say, they've given Stown a gun. He's just left solo B, and he knows that NIP is scared from this B bomb site. So they're walking into a 4-man stack right now. Cadian with an advanced position. That jump is everything for Alexi, but Rez gets caught on the sidelines. Bomb drop is plenty of info, and Jabby is feasting right now in this map. 12-3, another multi-kill here. He will get burnt out, but Hedrick needs to hit the shot, and he has a lot more to do as they start running him down. 15 seconds. You can't win this round, Hedrick. There simply isn't time, and he knows that as well as we do. Trying to escape with his life and the AWP, and Heroic are here to hunt him at the end.
Yeah, he's put enough distance between him and then hopefully it's this long flank that could deal with him, and he's not holding for it. Stown taps him out, and that was after the round expired as well by about half a second. Heartbreaking way to lose.
Molotovs, they're keeping it low and slow into this bomb site. No matter how well Heroic do on the hold, Tess's will backstab.
It's a good flash, and when you have limited util, they've all got to land, but even then, Cadian still strikes. Right back in, trying to peek this. Stown set up over on the long side. Now that they've learned about him, they've got to deal with him, and Config will. Here's that backstab that you talked about starting to arrive, and really keeping the pressure on NIP. Cadian with the P2, runs in, Yabby by his side, brothers in arms, and Tessez bounds to life to find this round. Heroic, they dominate NIP.
They're having fun with it.
So this is a real swing round in the game. Tessez re-aggroing down through short. These have often been profitable for Heroic. These mid-round re-aggros. They're going to catch Alexi, but Hedrick nails the trade.
I don't know again about Stown. He is the snake in the grass.
Yeah, third man further forward. Stown here's the moving past him, and as you hear this, secure in your position. Hedrick gonna have to combat up the trade here, and Stown just staying alive, being a nuisance. Config opens up the site play at least. Cadian over in the bank with this AWP. He's gonna miss these timings on Config, making it past, getting over to Dumpster. Hedrick's trapped in at the van. And Config holding for the long re-aggro. Perfect angle. Stown now dead. Cadian, this time it's a clutch that he's really drawn towards. Wants to try and attempt, but a missed shot on the opener. And now both players getting out of there. He's even getting wrapped through the bank. Cadian, the pressure is on. And he might just crumble underneath it. There's Config with the backstab to make it happen. NIP starting to pick up a bit of steam here. They're now in a spot where they can more than...
And he's getting a lot of control on this T side right now. So many multi-kill rounds for Config. Oh, they're going to flash through, try and chase down this B hold. Brolin's in trouble. He won't last long, will he? But that's only one gun. Cadian has a Zeus. Looking to put on a bit of a screamer, and he will get revenge to the Dane. Config dies. Cadian has a gun now as well. NIP of one on Eco. Why not Heroic?
Surely not. They came into this with next to nothing, man. A Zeus and a dream. They've juggled the guns around. They've kept both of them in play. They can throw Stown up on the boost. Now's the time to do this, right? Anything you can to tip the scales. That's what's required of them here. But that flash, that should have given the info to NIP. I hope they saw that. Doesn't look like they did. Hedrick will scope up on it and nails the shot. Stown now dead. But that AK is just getting passed around, past the parcel. Oh, mowed down by Alexi. And it's him with the big prize. 3 at the end, money made, and NIP. They are now homed in and believe it.
Making this work at the end of the T side. Going to see a more aggressive round for Heroic. The wheels are off. They've not got the util to sustain. Or aggressive. Cadian connects. Stown looks to activate as well. Alexi is holding this long push though. He's holding close. Does he know? Alexi's got something in his brain. Cadian trying to escape. Got to be very careful. Oh no, Cadian, that's not going to work. But the trade is imminent. 4-on-3 and Stown owns mid control. He could full flank if he wants. That gives Rez an option to walk through A, but he wants to group with his very limited team numbers down at B. Big shot for Hedrick.
See, while this is happening over towards B though, right, Stown is still in the position that could win the whole round. He's about to uncover the bomb on this flank, and then this one fight decides so much, and Rez is ready for it. with Down Dead, the option to play around the bomb, to hold that down and lock out NIP is gone. And NIP get mobile in the 3v2. They change their mind from the B play, and now they're starting to barrel in towards this A site.
Yeah, great rotate for NIP to make. Rez even tries to fake that death cam, and it sold Heroic perfectly as Brolin waits for aggression. Got to talk about the recovery of Hedrick. We've given a lot of time to this guy. He started very weak. Heroic was shutting him out, and he has been he's had a decisive comeback along with Config in this T side. NIP look for 6, and there should be no way to stop them. No kit for Heroic. Running a rotate only tells NIP, we've got the room, we can plant this bomb. They will fake it out. That smoke creates a bit of a question mark. 10 seconds. Tesses can go 8 mode right now. He can just run in, and he stopped the bomb. That might be the round. That is the round. That's the half. Heroic save it with some heroics from Tesses, and that is one way to finish the job. Now, what do Heroic do here when they realize they have an empty site? They're probably just going to take that plant, but they do have to worry about the backstab. Now will be a CT plant. A lot of info for Shush.
It's basically all backstab, to the point where this is the new front line. Alexi and Config nail a couple of shots, and so Heroic, rightfully so, are trying to pressure CT. They're going to go hunting for this one man. They find Rez down there, but Cadian does not last long in the site hold. Also not planted for CT, and so this is an awkward spot to be in for Heroic. Someone's going to go huge. Tesses and Yabi are making it happen. One man left standing, and it's Hedrick up against him. Flanking in through the bank. Yabi is not ready for this.
Doesn't matter.
The wrong way right now, but time's going to start to elude Hedrick. He's run out of it this one. The timer on this round has expired, and even though he's got the info on Yabi, even though he's got it boxed in, he holds the shot. Will get it, but it's not around the NIP win. A huge one from Tesses and Yabi in the post plant.
That's unreal, man. To think, they stuck default. Map pick.
Heroic love a nade stack here, but they've only got one of them. So that boost won't get naded. Instead, they're just playing contact. The MAC-10 leads the charge. Stown's there to back it up, and even though they're going into the stack, these pistols should get melted. 2 trapped down in the water, but swiftly made quick work of by Yabi. Heroic find the conversion. Now they sit on 12, and for NIP, this first rifle round.
Connector. Lexi's going to get run boosted over the Molotov, and so he owns short at least.
Pretty slick way to open it. Oh, that was Yabi executing him through the short tunnel, and so that is one of these guns removed, irretrievable. Oh, no. Rez.
He jumped the gun on that one.
Just sees someone there, and like that voice in his head. All right, I'll kill him right now. Comes into play, but he definitely had time to line that up, and
it's an easy hit.
Could have been a guaranteed opener instead. Heroic, they feel like make this B play happen. Config puts up some resistance on the 5-7 as they come through the smoke, but 2 in the round, as crazy as it sounds, is not enough here.
And again, who is it? It's the Yabster. 3 entry kills in this round, right? Clears Alexi at a perfect time when Alexi feels safe in that position. He hears him coming out con, and then Yabi goes in, gets a double entry, trades Config, who's on the feeling it right now, takes 2 kills, and Heroic. Sure, Brolin's going for it, but again, no kit. Shush hides in a smoke. Because it's a missed heaven smoke, they might just forget about it. Hedrick does go for the check. That's a scout tag. Brolin finishes the job. Maybe there's a way. He's got to stick right now. He's off it. They lose. They can't win the round. And so Cadian knows it. He's laughing all the way to the bank as the comedian cashes another check and puts 14 on the board for Heroic.
I kind of forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll interrupt you again. After 7 rounds, at 7 attempts in 20 rounds, Brolin finally wins an opener. But why now?
Yabi!
Oh, dear.
They line up for him. Config lends a helping hand there. And the guy who tried to offer up that resistance in the round prior with the double kill over at Monster, the only impact he has here is deleting his teammate and extending this lead for Heroic into the 4v3. NIP coming through with a bit of a gamble. Hedrick was just down on the B site. He's trying to get ahead of it here. He's going to get to the site in time, but the flash nails him, knocks him off the angle. First shot misses. That was really the shot that had to connect. They give him one more chance. They give him that ability to equalize into the 3v3, and with Alexi winning his fight on the con rotate, NIP is still believing in this retake.
Oh, but the Yab still sits in the site. There's a kit on this flank, so Alexi can't dive far away from his team. Yabby picks off Brolin. Hedrick can't find the trade. Yabby's already moved away, and that kit is lost in the source. Hedrick has to save. 15 rounds to Heroic. They do their due diligence, and they don't drop a T-side round yet. This looks to be a dominant finish from the Danes. Can he find this AWP at the end as well? That would be the icing on the cake.
Oh, they've heard it scope.
Yeah. Oh! Okay, yeah.
Still 15 for Heroic. NIP's map pick going dominantly the way of the Danes. This is worst case scenario now.
What happened here then? Oh, he did it mid-air, Harry. He did it mid-air. Almost can't be played. Dude,
and you know, Katie gave us that interview before the game that I think that was very honest about, you know, where Heroic's heads are at. Also the impact that having someone subbed out mid-game has on the team and the extra responsibility.
Here for NIP to hold on. The jump spot is big, but Brolin gets a smoke down. They're going to go through. They've already laid up their set piece. Brolin trying to turn from a late flash. He's got himself in a nice position here. They molly it. Brolin gets spammed through the smoke. Very unfortunate stuff. 4 on 3. Heroic making a move, somehow recovering this man disadvantage round. There is a flank being held. Config known about. No kit again, which has continued to be an issue in the retaking rounds for NIP. And so they need to go, go, go. Or it will be Heroic taking this opposing map pick.
That's the thing, in these high-pressure moments, in these high-pressure games where it's all or nothing, Heroic are always prepared to stand and deliver and give it all they've got. They've got the tenure, they've been here before, and Alexi knocked out of this retake. It should just fall on deaf ears now. Rez, the last man to fall before Heroic get one step closer to saving this playoff appearance. And there we go, they nail it. They give no room to NIP.
Heroic back, and they are back with a firming punch around the pick of NIP. 65 is no small feat as they managed to take down the first man of this best series.
They show a bit of presence over here towards B, and now they back off, fixating their attention on taking top mid away. They've got one smoke to work with, but NIP are crunching this. NIP are about to meet them here. It is an all-out brawl up in top mid. NIP go 1 for 1, and Heroic ease off. Both sides give each other the respect here. Yabby, next point of contact, and he wins his fight. Config has slipped the net, made it up and past them. He should grab this kit on his way to rotate, but it hinges on him staying alive versus Yabby. Over at B, Rez is still sat on these nades. They've got to be great. First one goes out now.
Too late.
Ooh, the cross down into the pit did leave him a little more damage by the nade, but Tessez lives to tell the tale. Config still just having his time wasted by Yabby, who was up in the apartments earlier on, and this is great. A really nice way of just locking him out of retaking this. Sure, he's going to hold this. He'll probably get the kill, but is that going to give you a leg to stand on here? Not really.
No way to win this round, so just trying to kill them on the retreat. If only Rez had the kit. He's got some frags on his plate, but back of the head hitbox, easier said than done. Ugh. Doesn't matter here. Heroic win that pistol round. Nice little back and forth, the seesaw on the T side that we see so much. And works well on Inferno, as well as Vertigo. Car about to pop this B site as well. Yabby hanging around in the apartments. There is probably a gun here for NIP. They're probably going to get this AK out. Ooh, that's a big kill. That might change things. Yabby's playing in the smoke on the fade. Which will he take first? 1 and then 2. Yabby, that's sick. And just living here is everything, denying that pickup. They're going to rotate round to Yabby. They don't know about Config in the pit. This is a little awkward now. Heroic can't make up their mind. Stuck in tandem, stuck in limbo, will recommit to A. Config can win this round right now. 10 bullets, 20 seconds.
Every shot's got to count, and Config gets 1.5. Cadian holds down the long side, though, secures that kill on a man in rotation. With Brolin dead, they feel comfortable planting this bomb. They knew that Rez was all the way over at B, so he's left a long way away. 5 seconds to work with here. Creeping on up. Cadian's tucked in, grabs the AK, they hear that, so now that's info for Heroic, and the reload is optimistic. Cadian just peeks off the back of it and knocks out the AK that Rez was hoping to save.
That was 1 bullet in the AK. You know there's probably 3 more. So you'll try and play around that. Little pop out of apps is the perfect counter right now. Jumping in with the Mac 10s and Tessez. Tessez is blind. Tessez is okay. So is Hedrick apparently. He held that shot. Just stalling out the kill.
That says it's like, I won't tell if you don't, head trick.
Pacifists in the site, but it's still Heroic with this third round.
Yeah, nice and clean. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Heroic. Getting off to this 3-0 start, landing after finding these conversions. And we are about to have this buy coming through for NIP. And it should, I mean, it could be lacking the AWP. You can make a case that Hedrick can look to bring it out glass cannon and the eye of the storm. So he knows that Heroic are just focused on dealing with him. And so then that still left them, you know, paranoid. As you say, when that Moto smoke comes over the top, they didn't have the info.
Oh!
Yappy, they line up as they try to get that trade. He just holds Mouse 1 and reaps the reward. Head trick blowing out the water as well. And a convincing fifth about to appear on the board for Heroic.
Blimey.
Already NIP must be quaking in their boots.
That's terrifying, isn't it? Yabby just continues that spray, expects a second.
Look at them, they're all hunting this.
Yeah. Heroic there.
They can exec B.
Yeah, do it. Oh, wall banged out. They never saw him. They just spammed that pillar. 5 alive and 5 on the board for Heroic right now. They are controlling this game. Hedrick going to give it a go. There's no one in mid. He realizes that. Without a single flash thrown up mid, often standard. Oh, wait. What? Did he hit that with the AWP or was that... No, that was Alexi. No assist, so he dinked him. Hedrick dies out in the open. And Heroic happy to trade that 1-for-1. Even if it is Yabby going down. NIP rotate a third player to B. This is the right time to make a read. They even wanted to aggress. That molly will deny it. Heroic is setting up smokes.
Oh, NIP are starting to move up. This flash is going to come in. It's nades on everyone. What? No one was holding for that. Cadian had to adjust in the moment. Alexi spams him out. I don't know how.
He was not aiming
That
there.
was like just full RNG from the run. And now just Tessez left. Great timing on that push for NIP. We're not going to make this any more palatable, any easier in the round. Just needs something big individually, and it's not looking good as he comes through the smoke. Alexi will find him, finishing this one off, and NIP are on the board in round 6.
Trying to get the boys hyped back. He can call for a rotation. Roland needs to move pronto. They're going quick. He's going to smoke. He might need to molly as well because the MAC-10s are coming, but he holds on to it. Flash lands, does nothing. Rez wins his fight, but it got the rest of the players blind, so they will not commit for the trade. This has left Heroic in a very uncomfortable position. Their molly dodged by Rez as he goes underneath, and they can't find him.
Wow.
He has somehow escaped.
Smooth moves from Rez to still be alive, still play into this round yet. Yabby sees a shadow. That's going to reward him for his patience. And now the bomb's coming back. Heroic is so mobile.
They're retaking.
NIP lobbing in this util, trying to take the space back at B. Down still here is that thorn in their side. Low on ammo, but he completes the kill. And oh, man! Make it more. Down, just the gift that keeps on giving for Heroic.
He 1G'd, Harry. He 1G'd.
At the end of all that, he burns.
He 1G'd.
And so now Hedrick 1v2 laid out ahead of him. He's had a slow start to the game, but given his weapon a choice here in the clutch, rooting in through the apartments, he will meet Cadian here. Cadian's not ready for this. Around on the timing. Hedrick bests him in the head-to-head. Now it's Yabby down in the pit, trying to take this one over the line, and he will nail it. Heroic running away with the T side.
All right, Stan, what happened? Show it. What happened? Tell me right.
Side of the deal in that round.
It gave Hedrick $300, as suicides do. So, hey, if someone was going to get the money, may as well be the AWPer. Oh, Yabby is just on one today, boys. I don't know what they've done to him. He's powered up with another double in the apartments. They walk right into his crosshair. 5-on-3, and Yabby, when you get those double entries, you just take him and run. Hedrick won't be clear. They saw that rotate, not the sight man, but they can check it out. They can do it together. Takes 2 to tango, and so Shush cleans it up, and Cadian's killing rotates. This is an easy game right now for Heroic. They are not being tested in the slightest.
This is a Yabby that just wants this over and done with.
But Heroic, they're just going to pop mid again. They are going to avoid this entirely. Anti-flash is nice for Alexi. He can play and block them in the smoke, but they come through perfectly with the entry. Config, he's in hot water as well. That flash at least buys some time as Yabi's blinded. He takes one with him, but again, it's not enough. Starting Triple B, NIP are locked out by double smokes on long, and they will have to save. Heroic are just about to find out that this round is finished. 8-1 right now. And this is the heroic that we usually see. This is the heroic we expected, that we didn't get in that big game, that we were worried about. Not anymore.
And what a way to do it. I mean, this is a statement, right? This would be a crazy dominant series. 16-5 on the first map. Now they're up 8-1 on the second. Like, they don't just want to make it to the playoffs. They want to get there and send a message. Yeah, okay, we might have had our struggles. We might have had some rough looks in there, but Heroic are back now, right?
It's so cool how many contenders we have for the title here in Rio because of, you know, even as Kaden gave that, like, very real interview about, you know, priorities and with the major coming up and Heroic's current form. I think there are so many teams that could fight for it right now. We have Heroic on the repeat final Rio attempt. Oh, they will save the orb. We have Na'Vi, who look in great form, just won the first map over Big in overtime. We have a boring EU team.
A boring EU team, yeah.
Maybe that's nice. Maybe that's, you know, boring sometimes gets the job done. Look at VP. Not here, of course, but... well, sometimes gets it done. Let's not talk about recent form. Head trick with a quick shot. They're coming in very fast right now. They're going to trade him on the site. Man in the pit smoked it. They should know about this possibility. Alexi's drawing attention. Config needs to activate right now. He has a freebie on his plate as they nade him. 2-on-4. The bomb's going B. It's empty,
dude,
Harry.
This is why I love Cadian. Like, he is so mobile. He's got such a good read on when he can get away with the survival mission. How long can he stay alive? Because the longer he lives, the more room is given to Yabi to try and win the round. Cadian is trying to play this one as late as he possibly can, but the molly forces a fight out of him, and he dies, only landing the tag. Yabi now springing the life, knocks them off the bomb, and robs this round from NIP. Statement from Heroic. As they this fighter, this you know, carrying the metaphor on, this is them like stepping back into the ring when they shouldn't be there, right? Like, they are beyond repair, it feels like.
Nice push.
Heroic have handled the business. Config with a backstab. At this point, you're kind of just force sending anything. You're throwing a Hail Mary their way, hoping that this is the answer.
See ya.
You were going for any sort of response you can. Throwing punch after punch, and head trick. Missed shot on the mid-fight, goes back in for more, and will tip the scales to the favor of NIP.
Oh, NIP in the advantage, so it should be their round, right? Right? 3-on-2, and they're going to push down Bernardo. Stan with the bomb. Could get caught here, and he's going to scope up just in time. Alexi's also on the corner.
Does he wallbang?
No.
Oh, he hit it! He hit it! Alexi's freaking out right now.
Same.
You're kind of questioning everything at this point in time, and now you've been tagged through the wall. Head trick holds the line.
Yes.
Deep push down through alt mid. Strikes one from the tally. It's another clutch round needed for Heroic.
He can go long.
These are the ones where NIP have flubbed it in the past.
He's going to in place. Where does he go? Re-smoke, close, head trick with the orb, shotgunning. Stown sees it, goes up. Head trick has to make noise now, and Stown attempting to hunt this kill while he's got it. Low health, finish the job, but Stown gets run down, and it's NIP finally with something to celebrate. A second round on the CT side. And Alexi will grab that orb and the defuse. Beautiful round for head trick. Hit some very important shots. I think reassured in a 5-on-2. And if you're not getting a multi-kill, you're not winning this round, NIP. Config is in a horrible position to do anything here. He can try his best, but they will clear him, you think. One kill. Config goes back for more. There's a nice spray, and he does all he really could in that position. But NIP, do they even attempt it with no kit?
I mean, there's a part of you that feels like you have to, right? That only brings you into the line of fire, and you sacrifice one of these guns. You know, this is as a result of the score line we're at, how this game is slipping away from you. Rez kind of felt the pressure to at least give it a bit of a look in, especially with head trick close by. But giving that kill away.
He's scoping up close mid. They're on a boost as well, so he's got to be careful. If Yabi goes out, he probably just wins around here. Oh dear. He's back to pit. This guy knows what's going on. Catches Alexi in the close mid position. You know there's more of that where that came from, and they will just feed themselves to Heroic. Apartments has been Heroic's all game, and so has the game. 5-on-1. No hope, no savior, no chance. Tesses goes through the smoke, and he even clears res.
Dude, I've really enjoyed watching Yabby play over towards these Apartments, man. He looks so at home there. If he...
They go at least into Config and Alexi. That's a good flash. Config sees a trajectory as well. He knows this more. Alexi's made noise. That's big info for Heroic. They could just go B right now. Stound's already walking in.
Okay, Stound dead crossing. Rez now knows that they've got their eyes set here, but Yabby is still finding impact over at the Apartments. Him and Shush worlds apart, and Heroic love these rotates, but this one all hinges on this fight v Config, and with knife pulled for Shush, he's working on a very limited time frame here. That's the bomb away, and for Heroic, the round with it. Yabby is 15 seconds, but no way back into this one, surely.
Unwinnable.
They are going to face him. They'll peek it together, but Config walks it over the line, and so a much-needed third up on the board for NIP. Thanks to
risk. But Config, he's found some nice gaps, man. I feel like Config's been the one player in the series who hasn't really had a lot of issues. He's put up a lot of multi-kills.
Yeah, but you know, he's being like poised this impossible task, which is you need to carry this game on your back single-handedly, or else it's done. And even though he goes in, he gets his one kill, no one else can hold up their side of the bargain. Brolin finally with something going his way, but it's in a round that's already too far gone to close out this first half. NIP might be grouping. They might have to give this one, I mean, they do have to give this one a go, but they're just being enticed into these waiting guns of Heroic. Cadian smites them down. The captain puts up the last few kills for a dominant half.
They're going to flash pop into middle. They've still got man and banana. If they want to bail and go back, that's an option. Coming in through this smoke, creepy cruelly into Yabby. Not the guy I'd want to face right now. He's having a fantastic day. Will die to Config. That opens up the CT spawn. Brolin's going to be left doing nothing in this round unless the bomb goes back. It will. Good time for it to do so. Config has that rotate cut off, and Rez just about lives. NIP play their cards very right, and they've only got to take down Tesses.
Yeah, I feel like Heroic are just going to all rotate down through mid, though, and they're even trying to get ahead of that right now. They know that somewhere in spawn, Config is off on some wild lurk, right? And Tesses has been waiting here at the back of the site the whole damn round. NIP think that this site's empty, and Tesses dodges them, dropping the bomb! Tesses plays it to perfection! NIP thought they had this round in the bag, and now it all rests on the shoulders of Config. This has been the one giant for NIP, but an impossible task as he's overran. Heroic win the pistol, and they can feel it now.
They thought they had it. And Heroic seconds away from the crowd. Cadian spots those close players. This is a bit awkward, but the nades come flying back in. And NIP take a beating. My, oh my. Winning rounds they never should be. Cadian goes back to grab that smoke off the floor. Config up in Apartments, wins his, but how much space can he take? Stound still has this control. He'll hear him coming. Or will he? Cutting noise at the right time. He can go right past this. Even if Yabby dies, he dies for info here, and that sets Stound up.
Config's the one man playing with confidence here, right? Taking a lot of space up through the Apartments. Stound with a backstab, though, and they think the apps is clear. It was not. Stound waited there the whole damn time. Robs them of this bomb and of this plant in an even odds bout. It's all on Config, and they won't give him the room. Stound lurks through the Apartments, lives in their nightmares as he shuts them out. More understandable. He's new to this level, new to this sort of pressure that comes with it and having to perform. He's dropped off a bit coming into this one.
But the names of Brolin and Rez, these are names that you have higher expectations of.
And that's the thing, right? And I think that was all a part of this kind of downfall of Headtrick, right? It's a lot of pressure to put on him and Config to be the ones trying to make these rounds happen. Config, the one man who's been able to deal with that pressure, but you lose so much when Brolin's had a series like this. He's normally the guy who opens up rounds for you, who makes magic happen in the start of them. Heroic haven't really had to be worried.
We've not even Yeah, it's the names you expect, the high value brand names here for NIP haven't necessarily been the way in. That's awkward. Cadian falls off the boost. They run him down. Rez, that's more like it. 2 kills, but blink and you miss it. The round disappears into the mist.
That's just wild as well. Like, NIP didn't even have time to realize that that was getting out of hand. They went on this emotional roller coaster where they were like, okay, this is it. We finally have something going, only for it to immediately get turned the other way. And so it might all end not with a bang, with a whimper for NIP. Flashed into long. Tessez saw them crossing, and he now has this game and a playoff appearance for Heroic in the palm of his hands. Moving in, they will turn around and hold him. Headtrick nails that shot, but Yabi still lurks over towards B, still waits down at the base of Banana. And so this one is not over yet.
They're going to clear their corners this time for NIP. Yabi gets a coffin smoke in. That forces Config to CT, but that's a perfect position for where the bomb is set up. Will Yabi be able to break through this crossfire?
Yabi moving in. Config nails that shot, and so Stound's got to do it alone. Clutches have been kind to Heroic, but this one should be one step too far. It's a nice crossfire held by Headtrick and Config when you put them in a round like that, and they're able to shine a little bit.
Expectations and the lack of preparation for a tournament like this, it really is a good sign to see them come through with such a dominant day. They want to end it as well. They don't want to wait around. Their impatience could give NIP a couple here towards the end, though. Again, Cadian getting smoked off. He'll have to respect it. Trading that util. But man, for me, I always enjoy watching Cadian have a good time. Let's see if he can put this orb to use. Yabi set him up with it. Put his captain in a position to close, and Stound by his side is there to do exactly that.
Yeah, Config, the one bright spark, tries to get involved, but there's that AWP that was brought forward into this round. Yabi did drop it, so he doesn't have armor, but he's still going to nail that opportunity. Brolin dead, and Headtrick opens up the A play. Cadian gets a little ballsy. He knows that Yabi was down at Banana. He holds for this rotate for a moment, but that's given Yabi a lot of time to already make this rotate up through CT.
That makes things a little awkward. Yabi's just got a full stick. Why not? It's an AWP, but he gets off. I think he looked at the ground, and that pulled him off the defuse. I don't think he meant to get off that bomb. A little awkward. Headtrick will end it. 3 kills in the round, but he dies to the bomb. Yeah, if Yabi was on the ledge. Oh, Shush has a smoke.
Immediately crosses out. They hear this. They hear the reposition. Config tries to chase it, but not even needed. Rez lights him up from the apartments, carving a path into the A site. 1 kill from Cadian's AK, but the rest of Heroic are going to save, and Config learns about this. Really just can't understate the performance that Config has given us here, right? 25 kills deep. He is the most frags in the entire server. He's been that one shining light at the end of the tunnel for NIP.
Yeah, it's been unreal. He was doing it as well on the previous map, having a lot of T-side impact on overpass. Ooh, don't like this. It's down. Had to take that fight eventually. And yeah, no saves allowed for NIP, sure. I'm just not at the point yet where I'm considering anything. Heroic need another gun round. They're lost. He's not taking it. He's just chilling behind the car for now. Mollied out by NIP, but something for later for sure. NIP are doing a very aggressive A round with a flash, with a couple of mollies that don't connect, miss utility, and they get punished. Oh dear, can he really survive? Shush stuck out underneath porch. He's going to run away. Config through the smoke. Cadian's gun not up in time. And Config is really sublime right now. Another triple kill from this Dane up against Heroic. And he has more to say as well. Shush is back in the pit. And Config is needed right now on this smoke walk. The turn is bad timing, and Config was on for the ace, but it gets denied. It's his helping hand of Headtrick that will end the round. Dude, Config does not want to go home.
No, he is given this
cut down before he has a chance. He's going to be left trying to lock down A. 30 seconds. This banana hit has to come through.
And it's weird now, you know, as Config moves in, that's him dead to the AWP. It was only a matter of time. Now, at nearly 30 kills deep, Config has to watch from beyond the grave as his team try and keep them in this. It might all fall apart with the death of Config. That one man, that Goliath is dealt with, and Heroic do it in 2. All it took was the death of the Dane that caused them so many problems, and then victory felt assured.
Yeah, a shaky day for Heroic, but they step up in this match here. Yabi looks like a monster, ends nearly 30 kills as well, and this team looking for a repeat in Rio as they